If you are a neurotypical woman in a relationship with a spouse or partner with Asperger's syndrome or high-functioning autism, you undoubtedly have bigger challenges to overcome than you ever thought possible. There may be days where you feel all alone in your trials and tribulations, and maybe you've been so busy taking care of your Asperger's husband that you haven't had the opportunity to seek support from those who have traveled a similar road. As a partner of someone on the autism spectrum, you're most likely aware that he or she somehow always finds a way to get under your skin. There are so many changes that may be going on within your Asperger's partner emotionally, especially in the anxiety department. Furthermore, his meltdowns, unpredictable temper, and natural instinct of reclusiveness may make communication nearly impossible. So, short of going to marriage and family counseling with someone who has an expertise in autism spectrum disorders, and by the way, there is a link below this video if you would want to investigate that, here are a few ideas to keep in mind. They're simple, but yet they're so terribly important. So here's a real simple one to start out with. Pick your battles carefully. Your Asperger's husband will feel more resistant to what you have to say if you tend to lecture him about every perceived transgression. So decide what's really important and focus your efforts on those behaviors only. Just address one issue at a time. Another crucial technique is to record your moments of success and failure in a journal. So you're going to be keeping a journal and recording incidents, which can help you to look back and see if there are any patterns or contributing factors to the relationship difficulties. The journal may be a good thing to look through with your husband as well, talking about both the positives and negatives. Also, be sure to log and monitor any medications. Don't forget, medications can have side effects that contribute to meltdowns, shutdowns, anxiety, and depression. So on those occasions where there is some relationship conflict that you really feel needs to be addressed, before you go in and confront the situation, visualize yourself going in it with a very calm state of mind. Relax your facial muscles and keep your voice down. You have to remember that a person with Asperger's syndrome is always on high alert, and even the thought of having a talk, quote unquote, raises his anxiety immediately. So he's already on guard, so to speak. So when faced with an angry Asperger's husband who's been aggressive and shouting, you want to keep your voice neutral and lower the volume and pitch of your voice. Any more emotion into an already emotional situation only clouds judgments, causes greater confusion, and launches your Asperger's spouse closer to a meltdown. Lastly, understand when professional help is needed. Most people with Asperger's and high-functioning autism benefit from some type of professional help in identifying the underlying reasons for their problems. So getting your husband or wife with Asperger's syndrome when she first starts having difficulties is usually far more successful than waiting until problems get worse. If the relationship problems have piled up for 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or 20 years, it's not going to be impossible to come up with a communication strategy such that most conflict is resolved, but it's going to be infinitely more difficult to do that after the 10-year mark, so to speak, than after the 1-year mark. People on the autism spectrum with behavioral issues don't respond well to traditional counseling. Instead, they require specialized techniques that are tailored to their specific abilities, deficits, challenges, and so on.